Hey guys, welcome back to Chileando con las Ortega. I am your hostess Evelyn Ortega, and this is
Maria Elena Ortega.
Welcome back to episode 2. I am so excited to be here. Second episode. So today, actually, wait, before we get into it, I want to show you guys our decor. Look at Mickey. Like, I think this is cute. And then I went and I got us some cups for our podcast to drink if we ever thirsty. And it's Halloween theme. Like I said in the last episode, Halloween is my favorite holiday. I think October is also my favorite month. Just moving on, like from October, November, December, it's just like one of like my favorite things because it's like amazing holidays and whatever. Just, it's whatever. Yeah. I'm just ranting at this point. But you are taking the mic today.
Yes, guys. So today we're going to talk about La Llorona.
Oh,
yeah. Because you guys, I guess,
voted
for that.
Well, you did. You guys really did. You voted. It was either La Llorona or
Skinwalker.
Yeah, and La Llorona beat. It was a 74%, I think, out of like 60 or 50 or 40. I don't remember, but La Llorona won. So we are going to tell you guys the story about La Llorona. By we, I mean my sister. She did her research. So this is based on the story that we found online. And then I'm going to tell them the story that I knew. And then we're going to go from there.
Okay. La Llorona was a lady named Maria. According to people that lived in the village, she was very beautiful and very sweet.
I did hear that, yeah.
And she dreamed of finding love and happiness. And one day she came across a rich and handsome man. And then they obviously they started talking, and then they got married. And then, like, going through all that, they had 2 beautiful kids. And then when they had the kids, she saw that her husband was very distant towards her. He would spend more time away from them. Like, he would show up to the house, like to his house very late. Like, there was rumors going in the village, like going around the village, saying that he cheated on her several times with other women. One day, she was going and she was by the river and she saw her husband with women.
With women? Like more than one girl?
Like one girl. Like with a girl. And then she saw that and she got very mad. She confronted him and she was so mad to a point that she took her kids and she took them to a river and drowned them. She realized, like, what she did was like, oh my God, like, kill my kids. She jumped into the river and killed herself. Damn. And then now it's like, oh my God, I just muted it.
It's okay.
And then now she's just roaming around Mexico looking for her kids because she regrets
what she did,
and now she wants her kids back.
Well, based on the story that you told, the way I heard it was very different. The way I heard it was that this is when I was like 5 or 6. And the thing is, the only reason I knew about La Llorona was because I remember one time I lived in these apartment buildings and like I would get bullied all the time. And because I was getting bullied, I started crying. And when I started crying, they're like, oh, you're La Llorona. And I was like, oh, they're calling me that because I'm a crybaby. But then I didn't know what they fucking meant. Because then, like, fast forward, like, further down, they said the same thing. And then I'm like, who the hell is La Llorona? And then I asked my mom. And she told me it was this lady that lived in Mexico, also named Maria. She really wanted to go to El Baile.
Yes.
That's the story I know.
That's the story I know. And I told Emily. And she's like,
don't talk about Emily because...
Oh, yeah.
You know what? Before we get into that, so my last podcast that I had, like the last part, in the last podcast, Emily got very offended about me calling her, what, did I say she was mean?
Yeah.
So this is me apologizing to Emily. Emily, I am so sorry. And I will never, ever, ever call you mean again. You're actually like the nicest person I know. So I really hope you forgive me. And I hope you finally subscribed.
Yes.
But anyways, what did you tell Emily?
But I was telling her that, like, how I know the story is that she wanted to go dance. Like, she wanted to go to a party. Yeah. And she left her kids.
Tied up to a pole. Yes, that's the story.
Yes.
I know.
Well, I thought it was under a bridge, like tied up under the bridge.
To like the concrete
yes,
poles.
yes.
Yeah, no. The way I saw it when I was younger, and the story that I was told by my mother was that she wanted to go to El Baile, and then she tied up her kids near the river on a pole. It was either like a wooden pole or a tree. I don't remember. And then she said that it started raining. And then obviously when it rains, the river rises and it rose. And then the current ended up getting to the children. And then because of how high the current was and how hard it was raining, the current took the kids and the kids drowned and died. And when she came back from El Baile, she went to look for her kids and her kids weren't there. And she like went in the pool and just she crying like mis hijos.
Yeah.
And she never found them, and then she ended up drowning and dying. And the myth is like, since she killed her children, you hear her near rivers in Mexico crying for mis hijos constantly, because she's not resting in peace, because she's not going to rest in peace until she finds her kids.
Yeah. But I just knew the story. Like what you just said. That's the story I like. No.
Yeah, but no, like the ones that because I also tried to do some research on my own. The stories that I saw was like the ones that you were saying, that her name was Maria. She was very beautiful. Everybody in the village loved her and like wanted to be with her. But then she ends up meeting this like nice, I think he was either like a prince or like he was somewhere high up in society in Mexico, and took her in, cheated on her, got mad, and basically killed her kids. And then she regrets it and goes looking for them, and like she regrets killing her kids, and then she jumps in the river and kills herself. But I feel like in Mexico, like in different parts of Mexico, there's also different stories. So this is where I want to get into and tell you about the stories from where my parents, well, my mom, because I don't think my dad in the city, because he lives in a city, he never heard her. Not that I know of, because I never asked him. But he did tell me that he would hear her when he would go, when once my parents got married, when they would go visit my grandma and like go back to my mom's place, they would stay over at my grandma's house. And we live, like you obviously know, my grandma lives right in front of a plaza. Yeah. And he would hear La Llorona every single time they went. So when we went to Mexico, me going to the Mexico after hella long last year, I had two fears. One of them was flying, the airplane, fucking scared. The other one, you don't want some water?
I'll take some water.
Oh no. Sorry, she's dying over here. And then the other one was, my other fear was hearing La Llorona. Those were two of my biggest fears. And I feel like when we went, my grandma, the first thing I asked my grandma is like, can you hear La Llorona? Because, you grow up and everyone says, oh, you only hear her in Mexico. It's a Mexico legend story that she always hears it at 3 a.m. But
keep in mind, she says it so calm.
I know,
like,
dude.
She says it like if it's a normal thing.
Yeah, but like the thing is, I feel like she says it like that because she's lived there her whole life. So like, there's really nothing for her to be scared of. But like, she'll nonchalant. Like,
I know.
Yeah, you can hear her here. And then my aunt too. Like, my aunt's like, yeah, I've heard her. And then my other aunt, which is my uncle's wife, has also heard her. And like, they're not scared. So then like, because they were telling me that we, like, the house that my parents have is not near La Plaza. It's like super further.
It's near a river.
But I never saw the river. But now that you say that, let me tell you. Told me that before she heard her crying, oh, mis hijos. Like, it's like she explained, saying it's like a very scary cry. Like, you are going to know it's her when you hear this cry. And she told me, like, before you hear her, you start to hear the animals. You start to hear the dogs. You start to hear the sheeps and the cows, and you can hear them. So, like, I kept that shit in my head. And, like, I did not want to sleep at her house. Not, like, there was no ounce in me that wanted to sleep there because I was scared to hear La Llorona. So I tried convincing her for the first night to like just take us home. Like I want to go to the house. Then the next day they finally take us, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember when they took us, but they eventually take us. And finally
We stay at
we
our
stay
little
at our,
casita.
we stay at our house and we're by ourselves. And I was honestly on US time. So I would start going and falling asleep at 4 because here it was 1. And that's usually the time I go to bed. So then I was on the phone with my mom. And then I started hearing cows. And we had some cows down the street. Like one of our neighbors had cows. Yeah. And I started getting scared because I remember my grandma saying like first you hear the animals. Then you start to hear her. And I was like, fuck, dude, I'm going to hear her. Oh, and another thing, like I wouldn't go to the bathroom because the bathroom was down the hall. And it was like super scary going down the hall. I don't know. It's like a whole thing. I was just fucking terrified, bitch. Like I thought I was going to see her, hear her. And like hell no. And our bathroom window was always open. And the only way to close it was like if you go all the way up. It was just like a whole thing. So then I got so terrified. I was told my mom, like, I hear something. And then my mom was like, no, you're okay. So then, like, I heard the cows, dude. They were mooing and crying. I don't even know if, like, crying. But it sounded so fucking scary. And then, like, I forced myself to fall asleep because, like, I didn't want to fucking hear her.
For me, it was very quiet. When I would wake up, like, very, like, in the night, and you were already asleep. And I got that, like, I just woke up and I'm like, what? Why am I waking up this late? And then I
you would wake up.
Yeah, I would wake when you were asleep. I would wake up, and then it was so dark though, and it scared me because our room had like a windows that would open. That was weird. So bad. It had windows in our room, but keep in mind, it was in the house. Like the windows, you could see like. There weren't even windows to look outside. They were literally inside, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
There was 2, but one was like blocked because of furniture we had. And then I remember there's one time.
Oh my God. There's a scary story to this.
No, it's not scary, but like it's creepy. But there was this one time. Like you were asleep and I wake up and then I had to go to the bathroom so bad.
Hell no, you had balls.
No, I literally had
when I tell you guys this fucking bathroom was a mile away.
No, it was
hella far.
It was pretty far and it was long. Like
the hallway was long. Yes. And then there was a door to like the back of the house near our bathroom. Yeah. So I was like I'm creeping in the day.
And then so I walked down the hall. And keep in mind, these lights, to turn on these lights, you have to go to the end.
Yes.
And to the front here, and then to the end over there.
Of the hall?
Yeah. And then it would only, if you were going to the bathroom, you could have turned the light that was next to you. And then it would light up a half apart. And then the room, there was that same exact day, the room door was open. You didn't close it.
The second room, huh? Because we did not go into the second room.
And it was so empty and hella dark. And the windows were like kind of clear. But kind of like they had that little something on it.
The blur.
Yeah. And then I felt like there was something in that stupid room. But I was like, no, it's just me like making my head like have tricks. And I heard something and I ran to the bathroom so fast. I have to run as fast as I can to the room because I was so scared. Yeah. And then I turn off the lights and I run out. And you know, that was only one. And it wasn't bad. It wasn't even nothing I saw. But like hearing something in that room was creeping me out.
You heard something in
like
there?
It was like a little something like I don't know what I heard, but it was something. But I think it was just me playing tricks on myself. And then that one time you made me go outside to turn off the pump.
Yeah. I am terrified.
If it was a horror movie, I would have died first. Because this girl, she was like, can you go turn on the
It's because, look, I was scared because it was dark. And then, we were on the phone. I was by the door.
Okay, she wasn't even by the door. She was near the stairs.
It's because we forgot to turn up the pumper that, like, throws water into, like, this, like, big bucket. Like, I don't know how to explain it. But we had to go downstairs, and it was in the second part of the house. Because we have the top of the house. It's like our home is like a condo. Like there's one on the top and there's another house on the bottom. So the pumper was downstairs in the second house. There was hella black widows. Okay, there was so many fucking black widows. I was scared of spiders, and she's not scared of spiders. So I was like, just fucking go away right here, and like we'll see what happens.
But I remember there was a dog. Like that dog was so sketchy. It actually made me scared. Did you not
Which
go outside?
dog?
There was like a dog in the corner. I don't know if you saw it.
Oh, you know, I also remembered there was you know how like where we lived further down there was like the woods.
Yeah.
So one day I felt like I saw someone and I got so terrified. But yeah, it's a boring story. But I didn't say anything because I didn't want to give it attention. But I never saw the dog because I remember you telling me like, oh, I see this dog and it's fucking creeping me out.
Yeah, the dog would just sit there, not sit, but not like it would just like with his forehead like just right there, like he would just look dead like straight at me, and I was like, this is why is the dog looking at me? But there was always dogs outside our house too. Yeah. So it's like I thought it was like a normal dog, but the dog looked like he had no emotion. Like the dog was like serious dog. And then like I go into the garage and I remember it was going up and I'm like, oh my god, I'm scared. And I turn off the pump and I walked so fast out of the garage and it was crazy. I don't know. But I saw the dog and I don't think that was a dog.
I don't know, dude. I don't want to get into that one. But yeah, no. But yeah, like that's the only thing I experienced, like the hearing the cows. I don't know, like Mexico overall was fun, but I had all these fears in the back of my head constantly. The freaking.
But when we stayed with my grandma, we did stay, right?
Yeah, we stayed like a night or two.
No, it was one night.
Only one? No, two.
Two. But those 2 nights, you could hear dogs crying
all
so
the fucking
bad.
time.
And then with my aunt, with mi tia Rosie, her house you could only hear chickens.
Like cats. I remember someone heard something and like I was sleeping. I didn't hear anything. I just don't remember. It was a story of that. Yeah. Well, those were our experiences and the Llorona story. I think that's all I have for today. Yeah. Is that all you have?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
But yeah. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I kind of want to show you guys real quick my sweater.
Whatever.
It is, what does it say? Too old
for this.
For this shit.
She's almost 30, guys.
Too old for this shit. Look, let me show you. Hold this.
She's almost 30.
I am not almost 30.
Yeah, she's 25.
How cute this is. Like,
her sweater even says it.
Too old for this sheet. What does it say?
Sheet.
I thought it said shit, but I got it in my boo basket this year. I got it in a boo basket. I need to go make Angel his boo basket, but yeah, thanks babe for getting me this. And Emily, I'm sorry, and I hope you guys like our decor, and thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Yes,
let us know what you think about our podcast, and please subscribe. Our goal is to be at 10 subscribers by our next episode. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Wait, were you gonna say something?
No, I was just saying go subscribe to it.
Yeah, go subscribe, and also our Instagram. Like, go follow us on Instagram, Chismeando con las Ortega, so you guys can see our throwback photos.
What are we gonna? Is it your turn? Cause
it is my turn, dude. I am scared.
Thank God you did the pumpkin one, because I did not.
That was cute. I thought it was a cute one. But don't forget to subscribe here. Don't forget to add us on Instagram. And yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys in our next episode. And let us know what you think down below in the comments. So yeah. Bye.